What is going on, everybody? In this series of videos, we are going to explore NVIDIA Isaac Sim and Isaac Lab, some of the most advanced robotics simulation tools that are freely available today. Isaac Sim is NVIDIA's next-generation GPU-accelerated simulation engine built on top of Omniverse. It's designed for robotics, reinforcement learning, digital twins, synthetic data generation, and autonomous systems. Think of it as a virtual robotics universe with realistic physics, RTX rendering, and support for every type of robot you can imagine. Isaac Lab sits on top of Isaac Sim. It provides ready-to-use robotics environments, tools, controllers, reinforcement learning integrations, sensors, and robot models. Instead of building everything from scratch, Isaac Lab gives you a complete API for quickly creating robots, simulations, and learning environments. Together, they form an incredibly powerful platform. Even complete robotic stacks could be built in the simulation before ever touching a real robot. And Isaac Sim is a big reason why that's possible. With this setup, we can now leverage GPU physics, enabling fast and stable RTX photorealistic rendering, perfect for synthetic, vision-based datasets, and parallel simulation, that is, train hundreds or even thousands of robots simultaneously. This tutorial series assumes an NVIDIA GPU along with its drivers and Python 3.11. If you're not sure you have your GPU ready, just open up PowerShell if you're using Windows and type in NVIDIA-SMI. You should see this text with your GPU's name. To check whether you have Python installed, you can type where.exe.python, and to check its version, type python-version. We can see that I have no specific version of Python installed, so we are going to download the correct one from the website provided in the description below. I also wanted to quickly show you that Python 3.11 is the version that NVIDIA itself currently recommends being used with Isaac Sim and Isaac Lab. Because this might change in the future, make sure to read the documentation yourself provided in the description, and you can simply get the correct tools by following these same exact steps, even if the recommended versions change. Now you can go ahead and pick the subversion of Python 3.11 that you want and start the download. Once it's finished, make sure to add python.exe to your path, which allows for convenient Python usage through PowerShell. Now again, open up a PowerShell window and type in python-version, and you should see this text appear. Now it's time to install Isaac Sim using the pip package, which is one of the official installation methods described in the documentation. Of course, NVIDIA also provides binary and container-based installations. Those are perfectly valid approaches too, and in some cases recommended. For example, in certain Ubuntu cases, or for a Docker-based setup. But for our purposes, the pip-based approach will work. Head to this website and scroll down until you see installation using Isaac Sim pip package. Go ahead and click it. I will be using the VNV package management system on Windows, but the other options will work fine too if you prefer them. Let's create our virtual environment and activate it by copying and pasting these commands into PowerShell. Next, we will update pip with this command. Now we'll install Isaac Sim itself by pasting in this command. The tool is quite large, so give it a few minutes to install. Once that's done, we will install a GPU-enabled version of PyTorch, which allows us to use features depending on GPU tensors and train reinforcement learning policies and neural nets. Next, either type or copy and paste this command from the description. you should see the version of PyTorch that's installed, whether or not CUDA is available, and the name of your GPU. Now go ahead and type in isaacsim in PowerShell to launch the tool. We know the installation is successful when the name of your GPU shows up here. Let's close the tool either by clicking the upper right corner or by pressing Ctrl+C in PowerShell. Next, we will use the provided git command to clone the isaaclab repository to our computer. Finally, we are going to connect the virtual environment with isaacsim by navigating to the repository and using isaaclab.bat-i. This is not mandatory, but again, I want to make sure the GPU is working correctly by running the familiar command. And as we can see, everything looks good. We can verify the installation by copy-pasting this line of code. Once we are greeted with the text "Setup complete," we can press Ctrl+C to close the window. Now for the fun part. Right away, we get to train a bunch of ants to walk inside isaacsim. Just paste in this last line of code and start training. The program is performing 1000 learning iterations. For me, the process took about 15 minutes, so no big deal. Here we can see all the trained models, as the program by default saves the results every 50th iteration. Just paste in this line of code, which is not given in the documentation, and we get to see the reward: a bunch of sketchy ants bouncing around. And look at that, it's working. I will leave you guys to admire these ants for a while. But that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!